Hey, how's it going? It's Nico from Whorticulture, and I have a new toy. Yay! And I wanted to be able to share it with you. I just got this the other day and waited to open it until you got here. Let's check it out. All right, stuff. Advertisements. All right. Ooh, look at that beauty. Kabam! And of course, the best part about ordering from Sweetwater. Candy. That is pretty cute that they do that, actually. Whoop. So yes, I got a brand new keyboard controller. The one I had before, which you've seen, we'll get it. Whoop. So this is the one that I've been using since 2006. Yes, really basic. This is a Behringer U-Control. Yeah, so I got this back in 2006. It was the first USB keyboard controller I had. Everything before that, I was just actually using the MIDI out on actual synths to control anything, to like actually write the MIDI data inside of my DAW. But yeah, this it's been the first and only USB controller that I had because it was just cheap, and I guess I was just trying to be efficient. Like, it worked. You didn't need anything fancy. You can see there's no like pads or sliders. Now there are some knobs you can do some, control, and you can assign the buttons and stuff like that. But it got the job done. It was fine, and as I said, it was cheap, and I just kept that since 2006, and never felt the need to do that. Well, it's a little long in the tooth now, and you may have seen on one of my recent Let's Make Music videos. Was trying to play, and one or more, I think it's a couple different places, the keys start to get sticky. So I'm playing, and it's like it won't quite go down very well, and then sometimes it stays locked down, and then it springs back up. I'm like, yeah, I probably need a new controller. When I was doing the research for what I wanted to get, it's kind of funny because I end up going from one of the ones that was at the time the cheapest to one of the ones that's probably one of the more expensive ones. So, again, we will open this here in just a second, and I will show you why it's fancy. But you can see on the box, pretty cool stuff. It actually has these two different screens on here, which give you direct visual control with, of course, all the knobs and buttons and more buttons, but direct control over all of the Native Instruments software. So, ideally, this should be speeding up my workflow a little bit, where I can find sounds and synths and things just by looking at the keyboard. I don't have to go and use the mouse and click and do all this other stuff. In theory, we'll see in practice if it actually does that. But either way, of course, I got also tons of new software that comes with it because I got the full Complete package. Well, it's not true. I didn't get Complete Ultimate. I just got the normal Complete. But I'm really excited to set it up, test it out, play with all the new sounds, and see if this workflow is something that does actually benefit me. But yeah, let's open it up. I'm doing a really good job of getting these stupid things off. Ooh, pretty. Supposedly, these keys are really nice too. Oh, never mind, there's a... I was like, they don't press at all. Oh yeah, there's a piece of foam underneath them. that would explain that. Ooh, yeah, these do feel good. Compared to this, which does feel kind of flimsy, this feels much more solid. Still synth action, but feels way better. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So this is obviously the 49 key version here. The other one I had was a 61, but I realized, you know, do I really need all that fucking extra octave? I need enough that I can actually do full bassline and chord, but you can quickly switch the octave on any keyboard. So if I need it to go lower, I can just switch the octave and go lower. I mean, that's normal. So do I really need to always be like super low and super high simultaneously? No. And even if I did, you can just change that in MIDI later on inside your software. Cool. Well, I guess we should probably set it up. All right, so some time has passed since I last opened the box. There's a lot of software that came with this that I need to install. I have the standard version of Komplete, which comes with tons of instruments and expansions and samples and yeah, like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of patches, which is going to be really exciting to go through, but also a little overwhelming. But this is cool. And so you probably can't see here. I wish I had like a third camera that I could put like up here and have it face down. But so I have these screens on right now, and you can probably see a little bit of a light, the light on there. But I can browse through what's on the screen just from here. And I know I mentioned that, but it's already really cool. Like I have Absinthe pulled up over here, and I'm just browsing through patches. Now I of course could then narrow it down and just look for pads, which is kind of what I would assume I'd be going to Absinthe for most of the time. But I can actually physically be here on the keyboard. Also, look at these pretty blue lights. Ooh, neat. I know, it doesn't do anything. Well, it can do something. It can actually show you what samples are on certain things. It can show you key maps about like, okay, you have the triggers down here and you have samples only mapped from here to here. So it can show you things. Right now it doesn't, but it's really cool because I always do that. Now I can physically just be here, and I can just like, once I get the hang of the workflow, again, I literally just fired this up before I turned the camera on. So I've seen YouTube videos of people using the software, but I have not gotten the practice, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing, is using that in conjunction with the software and just quickly like browsing things. So let's see, all types. So if I can go right here, you can see already, you can see on screen it's changing stuff as I'm turning this. I know you can't see the screen, but it is. I'll just say that. All right, what do we got? Multitrack, organ, percussion, piano, keys. Let's do the thing that I want, that I think that, here we go. Synth pad, subtypes, basic, bell, chime, other. How about this one? So you can see, I'm just using this little knob over here, and I'm just scrolling through. And because they have this preview thing installed where they have little samples of every single patch, at least of their library, I don't know about third party, but I can just quickly go through and it gives me a preview of what that sound will be before I take the time to even load it up. Like, that's so cool. That's nice. Like that. And to me, this interface here looks way better than the one that I'm like seeing on the screen. I think, again, I would love to see Native Instruments basically implement this type of a screen that I'm seeing on my keyboard on here. I just think it's cleaner, it looks more modern. A lot of this still looks very old. Like, I know this is a stupid thing to complain about, but all the text on a lot of the Native Instruments software is like super pixely. It looks like it's out of some old Windows software, and I am such a whore for like good modern UI and UX. So when I see stuff like that, it makes me go, ugh. And it, does it change the functionality of the software? No, but that's just how I am. Here, let me, you know what? Let me take the phone down and show you this so you can see it. As you can see, got the little screen here. We got the different libraries and things that are in, that are at least registered from Native Instruments and some third parties as well. I think this, some of my Arturia stuff is in there. So we have this little knob over here, and I go over here, and I can just see, with just that. And if I want to load that, let's say I like that sound, boop, and it switches. And if I want to go back to browser, I can go back to the libraries and go, okay, cool. What else is in here? Like Analog Dreams. Sure, that looks cool. Let's pull that shit up. And oh, look, see, that's interesting. So I had changed this to synthpad, and it left it up. So that's actually cool. So if I know I just want a synthpad, and I want to like find other instruments with synthpads, I can just leave that up. Now I could be able to. I'm sure there's a faster way to cancel this. All types. But right now I'm still learning, but yeah, already like that sound. Loading. Pretty neat. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to play with already. There's, as I said, thousands upon thousands of sounds. And there's also a piece of software that I'm really looking forward to playing with called Machine, which is basically simultaneously a plugin and like a recording environment. It's for well, I mean, it actually does audio too, but I can use it to do more loop-based recording. Basically, it has a lot of the functionality that something like Ableton has, which I don't have, and I'm not necessarily a big fan of the way, I know this is going to be back to the aesthetics thing, but I'm not a big fan of the way that Ableton looks and the way that it's laid out, but I really like the idea of learning to do that sort of loop and clip-based workflow because I could see how that might come in handy sometimes. So the nice thing about Machine is I can start playing with that and learn that and still have it as an instance within Pro Tools, which is the software that I've been doing for the last 20 years. So I don't want to drop that familiarity. I can work very quickly in there and very efficient. And for the most part, I like Pro Tools, but they are lagging behind, I think, in terms of features when it comes to certain things. But oh well. But so far, I'm really, really enjoying this. Babies in the corner. Nice. But there's so much to go through and so much to play with that obviously I'm not going to just sit here and go through it all right now, but I just wanted to share this cool upgrade. A keyboard controller that's all fancy schmancy, tons of new sounds. I look forward to exploring it. I look forward to using this in future songs. You'll probably see me play with some of these in future Let's Make Music episodes. In fact, we might just do that. We might just pull up one synth and just explore it and see if we can make an entire song. For the most part, maybe not drums, unless it comes with drums. Out of that one plugin, because that would be a fun little limitation to work within and a good chance to explore things. So anyway, I have a lot of work cut out for me, but I'm very excited to do it. Very excited. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. Toys. We like our musical toys, don't we? All right. Anyway, I'm Nico from Whorticulture. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking out the new schmutz. And I will talk to you next time. See you. Bye.